What's up, guys? It's your boy Nerd Hobbyist, back again with another video, and today we have a builder review, as you guys can tell from the title, from my very first EDF, and also a very good, rated EDF in the RC plane world. Today, as you guys saw, well, like I already just said, the title, this is the Arrows Viper 50mm jet. This is a $119 on the dot that I got it for. $119, so pretty much $120. Free shipping USA. I got it in like a week, and so far she is stunning. She is absolutely stunning. This is based off a real life Viper jet that you can buy as a civilian. This is a type of jets that are more meant for recreational and not fighting, dog fights or anything. And Arrows Viper pretty much just took the model and just made it into a very cheap, very affordable plane. It's a 50mm jet, so it's not the biggest compared to like some Motion RC EDFs, which are like 98 and they're like 64mm. But one thing that this plane can do, if you're gonna run the stock electronics, is 4S right at the gate. It can do 4S. It says it's ready for 4S. It's 3S, but it says it's more recommended for 3S, and that is true. But this thing can do 4S right at the gate with the stock ESC and stock motor, and obviously servos and everything. You can only pop in a 4S and a receiver, and you can actually fly this thing right now if you want to. If not 3S, this thing is okay on 3S. I wanted 4S because A, it's my first EDF, and I really wanted it to be powerful. Might be a mistake on my part. You never know. It could be a mistake, and it might be a little bit too fast for my liking. But so far, with the test that I've done, it's pretty good. All right, so let's get into the build overview. I didn't really do much, so this video shouldn't be that long. Probably like, I'd say 15 minutes in post. Don't know yet. But let's just get straight to the build overview, and no problem. Arrows Viper, 50mm, Hobby Zone. I'll link it down in the description, everything I used in there, like how I always do. Let's get to the build overview. Well, now we have her back on the table that you guys first saw her at. And so far you see two antennas, and we'll go over all of that. Everything I'll link down in the description, like how you always do. And since the weather is starting to clear up and spring's coming, we should be able to be maintaining my Reptile, my ASW28, and now this. So we should be able to do all the maidens very, very soon. The wind and weather is looking really nice. Springs have finally come upon us, and I got this baby over my spring break from school. $119, like I said before, on the dot. Free shipping to my house. Came in within like 5 days. Honestly, amazing price. Highly recommend it. All right, so let's just open the canopy right here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you for the 4S. I have it standing on its side, which is the shorter side, and I had to cut it out. I had to cut out the foam that was here. If you first get the plane, you'll see that all this foam was covered up, pretty much like how this front and how this back end is, and it was just all covered up. But because I'm using 4S and the way that I standed it up to fit, because the 4S doesn't fit normally here. You know what? Give me a second. I'll be right back, and I'm going to show you what I mean by it doesn't fit. All right, so this is the 4S I'm using. This is a Goldet, I don't know how to pronounce it, Goldet 1300 100C 4S battery. I had to shorten the wires because it actually came with a super long XT60 wires, and this is 12 gauge wire, and I hate soldering 12 gauge wire, but I somehow got it. XT60s and 12 gauge wire are kind of annoying, but I did it somehow. And what I mean by it doesn't fit normally is that the battery does not actually fit like this on here. It barely fits, especially with this wire being so thick. So I decided the best route, as you guys can see, the not the double side tape, but the Velcro here, is to fit it like that. And it fit perfectly, especially since this battery connector naturally fits like that. So I always mount the plane like this, and then I have the strap over these cords right here, and then right here is the plug, and boom, it connects perfectly on the CG. That mark right there is the CG where I have it. Very far back, because so now that I speak of CG, the CG on this thing is 60mm from the leading edge, and the leading edge starts right here. So 60mm from the leading edge, that's the CG that you should be running on. And so yeah, so what I had to do was I had to cut out the foam, and ever since I cut out the foam this much, it it fit perfectly. So now everything's perfect. So let's just get this battery out here. I actually got this 4S for a really good price right here. Really good price. I got it for, I think you can buy a 2-pack for $30 on the dot. These are drone batteries, but of course they work for any RC application. They're very small, very compact, pretty light for 4S. So highly recommend these. These will be obviously down in the description. So moving on. So far we're using the stock ESC. Like I said, right here you can see is the NX3 gyro that you can get off Banggood. And then there's a whole bunch of mess of wires that it comes with. If you guys want me to go through a full-on NX3 like review, I will. I haven't made it in this plane yet by the time you're seeing this footage. But if you guys really want me to do that, after I made it in this plane, I'll do a review on the NX3. It's actually it's very goodly priced. Very good price. You'll see it in Banggood. You can see how very like priced it is. It's very, very, very good for what you're getting. And I'll make a video if you really want to, because there's really not that many videos out there. And I want to be a little bit more clear than the people that make the NX3 videos. Up top here, we have a Radio Master receiver, not Fly Sky. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. This is actually a Radio Master specific receiver. This is the Radio Master R86. This is a 6-channel PWM only Radio Master. I am running a UBEC right here. Because yes, the stock ESC could take the a 4S right away, but the thing is, it actually does 35 amps, and it has a 30 amp ESC, which is about right here, where the ESC. So just in case that the motor for whatever reason overheats, which it shouldn't, because 35 amps is within the limit of a 30 amp ESC. I think the max you can do with a 30 amp ESC is 45, and that's like very short burst. And like 40s for like a 40, you could do 40 amps for like a minute, and then you could do 35 for almost the same amount of time that you can do 30. So I'm okay with that. So yeah, pretty much. So RA6 running a dual antenna configuration. I put it up here because there's a little slot back here that you can put it in, but that's where the wing disconnects. You could take off this wing. There's 4 screws. There's 1 screw. There's 2 screws. 4 screws. And you can't take off this wing if you really wanted to. It screws, so it's kind of annoying. Your hand gets tired. And it's just small enough. It's only like a 700 millimeter wingspan. There's really no point of taking off this wing whenever you go fly. You can literally fit it anywhere. It literally takes up the size of a seat. It's really not big. But as you guys can see, it's very simple build. I really didn't do much to it, except for the gyro and the RA6 receiver. And obviously the 4S battery. I guess another thing that I did to it was I completely covered the whole entire bottom in packing tape, because this is only a belly lander. There is no optional landing gear that you can buy for it, and there's really no need for you to buy landing gear. This thing is very small. Honestly, belly landing was what it's designed for. So it has skids down here. There's 1 skid for the servo, another skid. There's a skid up front, also acts as an air duct. And then there's these 2 fins on the back right here that also acts as skids, but also act as vertical stabilizers. So this plane is very, very good. I've seen videos on it from RC Sailors, JB Leiden, I think, what was it, Pilot Ryan. This plane flies on rails, and I just can't wait. And with the gyro, I think it will be just a lot easier. So that's pretty much it. Nothing really much. I'll link everything down in the description. There's really not much to go on. I'm using all the stock servos, so there's really not much. Obviously, another thing that you should know, if you're going to get the arrows, it does not have a rudder. There's a reason why you only see 1 servo up here. It does not have a rudder. And I'm not disappointed at it. Bank and yank is fine, but I would like to do knife edges. Like, seeing this thing do a knife edge would be super cool. But I guess not. I guess I have the Skylark for that. But on to the outro. That's it. I pretty much done everything. Everything's stock except for the NX3 gyro. My receiver, well, the receiver is kind of a given. You have to buy a receiver. It's only a plug and play. My UBEC, which is right here, and my 4S. And then obviously whatever I did to the plane and this canopy. So let's go on to the outro, because this should be a very short video. And let's just do that right now. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope I didn't blab on, and I hope I wasn't talking too fast. I kind of felt like I was talking too fast. Like, I was low-key losing breath. I don't know why I was talking so fast. I don't have to rush these things. I'm trying to keep my videos up to a short minimum, but like I said before, or I don't think I said before. No, this is a video that I never uploaded because it was too late. But what I said in that video was I like to explain things to you guys, and I like to make sure I go full in depth, so you guys don't have to have any questions. And if you do have questions, that's great. I'll answer them. But I like to make it so that you have as minimal questions as you can, because I'm trying to give you as much information as I can. So if I was blabbering on, or if I sounded like I was out of breath, or I was just talking way too fast, I'm sorry. I'll slow it down like I am now. I kind of caught myself after I finished the build overview. So yeah, I hope it was a good build overview. I hope you wasn't looking to see how to assemble this plane. JB Leiden has a very good video of how to assemble this plane, but it's very standard. All you do is just glue in the elevator, and you pretty much just glue in these wingtips, and then you just screw on the wing. And then obviously with the elevator, you have to put the clevises onto the horns on both sides. But besides that, it's a very simple build. You literally all you really need is a receiver. Me just adding the gyro is just a bonus. Honestly, this thing comes really good. Like, all surfaces are perfectly straight, at least on the ailerons, and the elevator it's super easy to set up as well. Also, another thing on my elevator, you might have the same problem as that whoever screwed this in. One is just a tiny bit longer, the linkage that goes into the linkage stopper. One is just a tiny bit longer than the other one when the linkage stopper, at least coming out this way. So if you have that, you might have to adjust the clevis a little bit more than you have to adjust on another clevis. Really not a problem. You should get it. It's very easy to tell if you're middle, because there is a, you could just line it up with the back of the elevator right here. And that's pretty much it. So I have tested this on 4S, like I said before, or I think I said before. I always forget after I film a video. It's actually kind of insane. And it has power. Like, a lot of air comes out of there. It sounds amazing. That turbine, it's 11 bladed. Like the Motion RC that I mentioned, those EDFs are 5 bladed. They're bigger, but they're only 5 bladed. This is a 11 bladed 50 millimeter EDF jet. So that's why it has so much power. And yeah, that's why it's a smaller EDF, but probably has the same amount of power as a 64 millimeter EDF. It may be just more because I'm running it on 4S. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, any video requests that you guys want me to do, I will. I might post a video of me going out with my Sonic model mini air wing. It's only DVR footage. There won't be any HD footage. I went out to my uncle's house, and he took me to a field out there, and it was awesome. It was sunsetting. I wish I had like an HD camera, but it was sunsetting and it was getting darker. I definitely want to get an upgrade on the Sonic model, but in the future. It was sunsetting. It was cool. It was darker in the day. It was super cool. I was doing low passes and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that video. I might post it. If not, you won't see it. If I do, you will see it. But right now, this is my Aeros Viper, my very first EDF. And I can confirm that my friend MD Fishman has also bought his very first EDF. So we both might made it on the same day. Who knows? But it's a very standard plane. There's not much you have to do to it to get it up into flying. I only added a gyro because I had this gyro since October. I actually bought this gyro for the Sonic model, and then I bought the co-pilot for the Sonic model, and I had this gyro sitting in my drawer for literally, no joke, literally sitting in my drawer for 6 months. And then when I saw this, and then when I had the opportunity to buy this, I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to put the NX3 in there. I could have put a Maytech board. A 411 board would fit perfectly in there. Trust me, a 411 board would have fit perfectly in there. But I decided this is an EDF. There's really no point. Unless you really want to see your speed, then yes, you should put a GPS board in there. But if you just want to fly fast, then there's no need. And that's what I didn't need it either. And yeah, so pretty much it. Okay, before I actually go away, if anyone's confused if you buy this Radio Master receiver, remember that it's running on the FreeSky protocol, and remember that it's running on FreeSky D8 protocol, okay? At first I was confused. In the user manual, it said D8 protocol, and then I went through the internal, radio, and I scrolled, and I couldn't find D8 in my Radio Master, but I searched up a video, and you have to be in FreeSky D8. So this is pretty much a FreeSky receiver, just with a Radio Master brand. Just letting you know. So this is pretty much it. Keep flying RC. Keep driving RC. I hope you guys had an amazing day. If you have any more questions about this, please leave down below in the comments. I do answer to comments. And that's pretty much it. I can't wait to mate in this. I can't wait to mate in SW28. And I can't wait to mate in the Reptile. And who knows? I always fall behind on planes. Every time I have to mate in the plane, I buy another one. And every time I have to mate in that plane, I buy another one. It's just, the list goes on. All right, see you guys later. Peace out. Be safe. Have a good time.